is Nicole Lee with Health, Beauty, and More. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about the benefits of eating nuts. When you're deciding what kind of nuts to eat, there are different varieties and they come in different ways of processing, and it's best to get them raw. That way you maintain the nutrient value in them and the antioxidant values as well. I got these raw almonds at a grocery store. They're hard to find in grocery stores, but you can find them more easily at health food stores. But I think this price was really good because I got quite a few. But be careful because they're very, very addictive. It's easy to just eat one after another, and then you're overdoing it on the calories and the fats. So those are ones that I bought, and then I ordered some raw sunflower seeds unsalted, and I think that's good if they're unsalted. That way you're not overdoing it on your salt intake. This one says it's a good source of fiber, vitamin E as well. Almonds, cashews, and pistachios are high in fat and calories, but they're also high in omega-3 fatty acids. They have a lot of protein and fiber. They can help suppress your appetite. So if you're waiting to eat a big meal or something, take a handful of nuts and it'll help suppress your appetite. Almonds seem to have the lowest of calories per ounce. It's best to avoid nuts that are packed or roasted in oil, because that means they're heated, and if they're heated, then that also affects the nutrient value. Eating them raw or dry roasted is good. That way you don't destroy any of the nutrients in the nuts themselves. Now the worst nuts are, there aren't any bad nuts, but the worst ones are macadamia pecans as well, because they have more calories and more fat. There's a protein called alpha-linoleic acid that is in these nuts that may help with heart arrhythmias. A lot of nuts have ALA, alpha-linoleic acids. Walnuts, they have an anti-inflammatory effect for our arteries, so that's a healthy sign too. The next nut is peanut, and it's really good for your brain, and it has something called folate to protect our brains against cognitive decline. For men, the best thing is, as far as nuts go, are Brazil nuts and pecans. They contain a lot of selenium, which helps protect prostate from getting cancer. Almonds, again, great for disease prevention, high in fiber, vitamin E. As far as snacks go that are packaged, there's one called Sahale, S-A-H-A-L-E, that are packed and they're healthy, and they don't have the high fructose corn syrup in there. They're much healthier. They usually have natural cranberries or some sort of sweet fruit like that that's natural added to them, so that if you're really craving some sweetness, then look for Sahale brand snacks. Watch the sugars when you're going to choose snacks, because if you look at the ingredients, you may see that they've added sugars, high fructose corn syrup, salt. All that's not so good for us, because the sugar-coated ones just are not healthy. So watch that and stick with the ones that we talked about that are more natural or raw or dry roasted if you can't eat them raw. They're a little crunchier probably if they're raw, but if your teeth are not so great, you might have to go with the dry roasted. They're still going to be crunchy though. And you could, if you're really having trouble with crunchiness and you can't eat hard nuts, you know what else you can do? You can grind them up into a nut butter. You can do that, and it may take a while to grind them, but I think you might even be able to do it with a a coffee grinder, coffee bean grinder. I haven't tried that, but it just seems like that would work because it can grind up beans, coffee beans, so why wouldn't it grind up nuts? Because they're not even as hard as a coffee bean. So if you have one, then you might give that a try. Other than that, use your imagination. If you have a food processor, you might be able to grind it up into a nut butter that way. Eat it on something healthy like celery or a natural carbohydrate that's not too salty. You'll figure out something. Maybe even you could even eat it over the those what are those things called that are puffy. They're kind of like popcorn, only they're Quaker has them out. You know, they're just, there's no calories in them. They're round like this. I don't know why I can't think of the name of that, but they're in the bread section usually, and they're really lightweight, kind of like popcorn, and you can put them in the toaster, but be careful because they burn really fast. But you can find something to spread the nut butters on, or you can make it into a smoothie like I do. I add it to yogurt and I blend it, and with a banana added in there. And I also add some protein powder, and that's kind of great in the morning for a great breakfast, and it's filling. Well, I hope this helped give you some ideas on how to eat nuts and how they can help your health. Goodbye now. This is Nicole Lee. I hope you subscribe. Health, beauty, and more. Bye-bye.